Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today, our theme is the cherry blossoms, the softness and quietness of the cherry blossoms as they cling to the trees and as they fall. And also the dualities of our body, the front, the back, the top, the bottom, the left, the right, the in, the out. And we're going to symbolize that with the Yin-Yang symbol, which we'll make a mudra of a little later on, where the palms come together, the heels come together, the right fingers are up and the left fingers are down, and then the fingers kind of curl around the wrists. So we'll come back to this. Also with the idea that sometimes Yang, the stronger one, can be on top, or the quiet, softer Yin can come on top sometimes too. So we go back and forth between those. Also keeping in mind that there's a little bit of softness in the hard and hardness in the soft. So they're really interdependent and intertwined with each other at the same time as they are separate. Let's start with some breathing. We're going to start with Nadi Shodhana, since we're starting with dualities. Hi, Kathy, welcome. So Nadi Shodhana is the alternate nostril breathing. The thumb comes to the right nostril, before the ring finger comes to the left nostril. So bring your right finger to the thumb, bring your thumb to the right nostril, closing that, breathing in from the left abdomen up through the right nostril, pausing just a moment, then the ring finger comes to the left nostril and breathe down the right side of the body, nostril to abdomen. Breathing back up the right, closing the right, breathing down the left, breathing up the left, just finding your own rhythm. On the left side is the Ida, the energy channel from Ayurvedic medicine. The moon, and the right channel is the sun, the Pingala, energy channel of analytic power, strength. And the yin side on the left, the softness, the quietness, the inner turning of life. Relaxing down through the neck and the shoulders. Letting this breath calm you, awaken both sides of the body. One more time on each side, the receptive side, the surrendering side, and the assertive side. Next time you breathe through the left side, the yin side, let that be the last time. And bringing the hands down, coming into a spinal breath, breathing up the back of the spine, the yang side of the spine, and breathing down the front of the spine, the yin side. Up the yang side in the back, and down the yin side in the front. And you might take our yin-yang mudra at the same time, slightly pressing through the palms, fingers coming to the opposite wrists. We are perfectly polarized. We are wholly whole and one. And strengthening that central channel of energy in the spine. grounded like water, and flying up like fire. And releasing arms down. Let's bring a nice sun breath, hands up, welcoming in all that is over us, turning the palms downwards as you slowly come down, welcoming all that is under us. And 2 more times, reaching out, opening up all parts of yourself, welcoming in all the energies of the world. Oh, one last time. And then bringing your right hand down, side bend as the left arm comes up and over, welcoming in all the energies, the material matter to the left, and then the other side, welcoming in everything on the right. Back and forth as the spirit moves you. Opening up in the inner side of the body and the outer side of the body. One last time in each direction. Real generous side bend without strain. And coming back through center. Opening up the arms, opening up to the front and all that is in front of you, and then inviting in all that is behind you as you bring the chin to chest and elbows towards each other. Feeling that within you, the spine itself welcoming in its front organs and welcoming in the skin and nerves, the muscles and bones of the back. And bring the hands down. Lace the fingers together. Chin comes to chest, arms come down. And then we're going to swing the arms up to one side and then up to the other side. Just going out as far as is comfortable to the rest of the body. No strain here. And then gradually zigzagging your way up. And perhaps coming to a figure 8 around shoulder level. And not asking more than the body wants to give right now. Then bring the arms overhead, let them come apart for a moment, reach up, flying up with the fingers and grounding down through the hips. Interlacing the fingers, bringing them over to one side, gaze goes over to that side a bit, then let the hands and the gaze come down in front of the lap and then up to the other side. So almost like an elephant trunk coming down and up and down and up. Feeling each side separate, taking its responsibility, but completely dependent on the other side and working together, whether in the same way or antagonistically, they have each other's back. One more time, back and forth. And bring it down. Let's come back to the Yin-Yang mudra, pressing through the palms, having a few quiet breaths like cherry blossoms. The haiku says, cherry blossoms are quiet, unlike frogs leaping to every raindrop. Here you've got the yin-yang in one haiku. And then let's let our hands come apart like frogs leaping out to the raindrops, and then coming together, perhaps changing the direction of the fingers of the yin-yang, pressing in, press hard, press, press. Leap out, and then press, press. Leap out and press together, centering hard through the heart and the belly. Strengthening the arms and the shoulders and the chest at the same time, one last time, reaching out and pressing together. Now let's bring our fingers down in front of us and walk the fingertips out in front. Let the spine become long. Let them slide out, again, just as far as is comfortable for you. I imagine you'd be feeling that through the lower spine, the sacrum, and then keeping the pressure in the fingertips, slide back a bit, lifting up, and then rooting down once again with an exhale. Staying connected. Inhaling up, heavying down, and lifting up, especially through the arms and the back. One last time. Nice stretch here. Always modifying for what is right for your body. And let's bring our hands back behind the neck, lacing the fingers together behind the neck, opening the shoulders and the elbows back, and then bringing the elbows towards each other and chin towards the chest. Gently bringing some more curve to the upper thoracic spine and the cervical spine. One last time. And let arms come up overhead. Wiggle the fingers up. Soften them down. Floating down, down, down. Rooting down into the earth. Then letting the right ear come to the right shoulder. Then slightly turning the head so nose goes down and chin goes to chest. Then left ear comes over to left shoulder. So kind of rolling the head around that semicircle in front of you. Ear to one shoulder, chin to chest, and ear to the other shoulder. Just very gently enjoying that stretch through the neck, the connective tissue, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, all just hydrating and waking up, bringing a little fire to the water and bringing a little water to the fire. Then next time you come back over to the right, let the right ear go towards the right shoulder. Left arm goes out, spread your fingers and stretch out through that arm. Then bring the hand back behind the waist. Ground down through that left hip, lift up through the left shoulder, and turn up with the nose and chin just a little bit, realigning the neck and opening the chest. A little bit of the reactionary force that will save us from the computer and iPhone disease of the shortened chest muscles and the lengthened back muscles. Bring the left ear over to the left shoulder. Right arm comes out, stretch it out a bit. Bring it back behind. Turn nose and chin up a bit. Feel that opening through the chest, upright from hip through shoulder. Relaxing through the jaw. letting this shape do its work in your body. And release. We're going to come up to a standing position now. Let your feet be wider than hip width apart and begin to just pour your weight into one foot and then the other foot. One side of the body becoming very heavy and rooting down, while the other side of the body, that whole leg becomes very empty. Feeling the yang and the yin right there in the body. Relaxing down through the jaw, letting the head be bobbleaceous and light. Shoulders are relaxed, ribs are relaxed. Let that empty leg hang down from the hip. Just giving the body that permission to be both strong and completely relaxed at the same time. And begin to lift a heel and turn the knee in on one side and then the other as the body becomes a cylinder, turning slowly back and forth and finding your own rhythm here, your own pace. Arms probably begin to swing just with the movement of the body. Enjoying the little spiral that comes into the spine. Still sinking down your weight in one side and letting the other side feel the emptiness, the quiet, the softness. Then tapping with fist or open palm up to the shoulders of the front of the shoulders, the eye of the shoulders. Feeling that vibration coming into you, into the skin, back through connective tissue and muscles, nerves, blood vessels, into the bones, the very marrow of the bones. And then coming around to the sides of the ribs, just waking the body up, welcoming in the alertness and aliveness of the whole body, coming to the sides of the waist and top of the hips. And coming back to the breastbone, a love tap or a little bit more of a resounding tap. Again, just allowing that to penetrate as far as the body wants it to. Coming down to the solar plexus, the fire chakra. Coming down to the belly button, our place of origin. Coming down on either side of the lower abdomen, our water chakra. And then one hand in front of the waist, one hand behind the waist, back in the kidney area. And then one hand in the front of the abdomen, one on the sacrum, down at your very roots in your earth chakra. And slowly letting the body come to a pause, just feeling the vibrations and tingling through the body. Like a cherry blossom in a light breeze. Then bringing a little bit more yang into the situation. Feet are right under the hips. Hands come back behind and elbows also. And then reaching up first just in front of the chest, stretching through the fingers, feeling knuckles opening, the nerves of the hands becoming open, palms stretching. Let that feeling of aliveness come in through the arms up to the elbows, The upper arms up to the shoulders as the hands start to rise up a little bit more. Shoulders and chest coming alive. Feeling that coming up through neck and head up into the fingertips. Fingertips connecting down to the toes. Leg pipes. Feeling the energy of the movement, the energy of the earth coming up through the feet, and the belly in the middle. Carrying the weight, enjoying the ride, bringing it all together. Lift the heels a bit if you like. Being careful. Do that if it serves you. Reaching up for 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down. Let's bring the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bring them down and apart. Feeling that glide of the shoulder blades over the ribs in the back. Do measure to the backs of our bodies, so full of nerves, so sensitive, but somehow behind us and not getting quite as much attention often. And let the shoulders come down, let the feet come wider, hands come to the hip creases, bring the hips over to the right for a second and pause, back behind for a second, over to the left, to the front. And then making that into a circle where you're touching all the points of the circumference of the circle. Waking up this core of our body. This area where microbes live. This area that connects with our brain. It tells us around the opposite direction. Tells us whether we're hungry or whether we've had enough, and is very tied in with our immune system. This belly that holds the weight and then lets it go down into the earth. And come back through center. Bring your hands back behind your waist, rubbing the kidneys, bringing the hands down the back of the legs and up the inner legs, up and around the belt. And down, rub the kidneys once again, down the bladder meridian, cross the ankles and up the kidney meridian. 2 more times. Opening up the leg pipes and feeling the softness of the bottom of the feet as you come down and lift up. Then bring your hands out in front of you. The fingertips touch. There's a little bit of openness between the palms, reaching out in front. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to wag the dragon's tail here, or the dragon is wagging our tail, I'm not sure which, as we go side to side, connecting back from the fingers and the arms into the chest and down to the feet and the toes, up to the crown of the head. Opening up the side of the ribs, the side of the neck, side of the hips and the legs, wiggling the toes a little bit, and still grounded through the feet. Just going as slow or fast as you want. And that dragon might take you for a little ride. Open to your imagination. It might be in a figure 8, it might be wildly to one side. And perhaps you're flying through the air, perhaps you are whizzing through the water. What is your dragon? And then coming back through center. Come into a slight squat and cross the wrists. Then lifting up, straightening the legs. Hands come open across the top, and then the water comes falling down, and knees bend once again. Inhale up, the yang, strong part of the fountain. And then the falling, quiet, surrendering part of the fountain. Keep on with that. I'm just going to mute all once more. One last fountain. Up, open, and down. Now bring the feet just a little bit wider. We're going to shift the weight to one foot and then turn a bit, shift the weight back to the other foot and turn a bit. So establishing this rhythm of shift and turn and shift and turn, shift and turn and shift and turn. And let one hand come across at the chest level, then down, painting like a paintbrush across abdomen level. Across the top, shift and turn, down, painting across, up, and coming across with the palm towards the chest as it comes across the chest area. Let the other hand have a go at it, painting across, coming up, palm to the chest as it comes across, painting across at abdomen level. Making a kind of oval in front of you, and then putting that together so that one hand is painting across and the other one is to the chest. That bottom hand comes up inside the top hand. Bottom hand inside the top hand as you switch at the corners. And then smoothing out so you don't even feel the corners. You're in an oval. It's flowing back and forth, left and right. Polarized whole. Soft as clouds. Let the elbows be heavy, hands soft, wrists soft, shoulders soft. A very yin movement with a little bit of yang within it. One more time in each direction. And come back. We're going to become elephants for a minute here. We're going to inhale, arms up overhead, come into a forward fold, strong through the belly here, and please adapt as you need to. Go over just as far as you're comfortable. Very loose through the fingers, through the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Perhaps loose through the neck as well. An invitation to just swing as you would like to, perhaps back and forth, right and left. Perhaps a figure 8 down here. Finding a place that's comfortable with not too much stress on the back, cognizant of keeping some strength through the belly. And then bringing the hands back to the legs, tracing up the legs with the fingers and coming up after shaking your trunk. Then we're going to do something called the golden elephant curls its trunk. I love the names of these Qigong things. So we keep our feet together under the hips at first. Then we're going to step out on one side. Backs of hands come towards each other, fingers down. Raise the hands, palms come up, curl in the little fingers, and bring soft fists with the forefingers up to just under the collarbone. And at the same time, your knees are bending down. Then as the knees straighten, hands turn out, come up and out, kind of like the end of fountain. And coming together, step out, back of hands towards each other, offering forward or receiving, curling in with the little finger, knees bend, forefingers are up, soft fists at the collarbone, As knees straighten, turning the hands and opening out and coming together. Leg out, back of hands together, arms forward, receiving, curling, soft fists, knees bend, straighten the legs, open out. The elephant wakes up and bring it in. Step out in the other direction, backs of hands towards each other, arms forward, palms up, bend the knees as you curl the fingers in, four fingers stay up, curling its golden trunk, and then straightening the knees, opening up palms, shoulders, heart, and belly. One more time to each side, coming out in the other direction, back of hands together, forward, curl, soft fists, pushing up, opening out, and back together. Other side, back of hands, offer out, curl in, bend knees, push up and out, and bring it together. Bring the hands up, fly up with the hands, pinkies curl around and come towards each other. Ground down, then lift one heel up and then the other heel up. So as you lift up the heel, the hip comes up. So very aware of each side of the body as it rises up and sits back down. Our other haiku here. I know a man with something to say. Will I listen? A sudden April wind flicks several petals from a cherry tree I love and blows them away. Maybe some positive ephemerality. And then bringing the hands down. We're going to do some kicks in all directions with some graceful hand movements. So first we're going to kick out to the side. Hands go up to one side as the leg lifts up in that direction. And just let it be like a kind of dance back and forth. Maybe a little point in the toe, maybe not. Just feel it. In the dance, bringing together the left and the right, and the up and the down. One more time on each side. And back together. Now we're going to bring the arms wide, legs are straightened, then bend the knees somewhat. Bring the hands together, a little bend in that other knee as you kick back. And open and back. You can keep that toe down in the back if it's too hard on the knee. Or you might stay upright without the bend in the knee and just kick back from the hip. So that's also a possibility. One more time on each side. And then we're going to kick forward. So this time, soft hands and wrists will go back as one leg kicks up, and you can just kick up with the knee bent or the whole leg up. And then bring that down, and hands come forward slightly. Have to get the rhythm going here. Arms go back, kick goes up. So that lovely balance between the front and the back. The balance between the leg up and the leg down. The synchrony, the coordination, the interdependence of our duality. One more time on each side. Then coming back to the Yin-Yang mudra for a moment, pressing together through the heels of the hands, fingers on the wrists, bringing the weight into the left foot, bringing that energy up through the leg into the side of the hip, lifting up through the spine, little tuck in the chin, long in the neck, and then letting things settle down. Shoulder relaxes down into the foot, rooted to the earth. And that other knee comes up, opens out, and comes down. Up, opens out, and comes down. And if you still have the energy to bring some attention to your Yin-Yang mudra, you might press together. That actually gives the body a little bit more stability here. 3, 2, and 1. Then let's change our mudra so the fingers are going the opposite ways. Again, bringing attention to your foundation, right foot, rooting down, lifting up with energy up through the hip, up through the ribs, lengthening through the spine, then settling down through belly, down into soft foot, and then lifting up and swinging out to the extent it feels comfortable, staying within your range of motion in the hip joint, and perhaps pushing together a little bit more with the yin and the yang. Your own pace here, and your own modifications as well. 2 more times. Then we're going to come into the Shiva balance. So if left foot becomes your foundation foot, that knee bends a bit and the right ankle comes up onto the thigh just above the knee. Press ankle into thigh and thigh into ankle, which gives more strength to that line of the body. Often we dance here. We're going to do the Yin-Yang mudra here. So if your right knee is bent, bring your left fingers on top of the mudra and push, allowing that strength of the mudra, that connection of the dualities to stabilize your balance. And if this doesn't work for you, you can always just bring a toe down and bring a toe over and stand with one foot, one toe on the other side of the foot. And then we'll come to the right foot, turn the mudra so that the right fingers now are on top. If you want to bend that knee, bend it and bring the ankle up, or just bring the toe over with a firm, somewhat straight knee. Finding your place here, establishing your strength, your yang foundation of the posture, and then letting a little bit of yin come into it as the eyes relax, tongue, lips, down the front of the neck, and down to the belly button, the pelvic floor, rooting down into the earth. Or perhaps you have your toe down the straight knee. And releasing. Bring the feet quite wide. We're going to come into goddess pose. Seems like the area of yin-yang demands a goddess. So here we are, cactus arms, little squat, hips out to the back. Feel the earth underneath the feet. Can you imagine that the earth is giving support to the feet, giving energy to the feet? So the body is just giving way to gravity and allowing the earth to support it. We'll straighten the legs as arms come up overhead, rooting down and flying up, coming back into goddess. Lifting up, grounding down, and reaching up to the sky. Settling back into the world of left and right, and then coming into the world of sky and earth. One more time. Now bring the arms wide, cupped at the sides, and then come into the Yin-Yang, pressing in. And if you need to straighten your legs here, that's fine, just do that. Bringing the arms wide, fingers in the opposite direction as you press back in to the Yin-Yang mudra. Just making this your own. Staying connected, rooted with the breath. Heavying down with the body and radiating up at the same time. Through the crown of the head, connecting to sky. Through the feet, connecting to the earth. One last time. Let's come to a moment of quiet cherry blossoms. One hand on chest and one hand on belly. Coming into stillness. Feeling the movement within the stillness. The breath, the heart, flow of blood, hormones, mitochondria, chemical reactions, giving us energy, cells living, being born, dying. Then if you aren't at the front of your mat, stepping to the front of your mat, bringing feet wide. Two options here. One, we're going to come down into a squat. And if you would like a blanket back under your buttocks for this, you could get that. The option, if you don't like squats because of knee issues, which I quite understand, then you're going to come down and roll back and come into a lying squat. So you'll be lying on your back with your legs bent and your fingers up towards the ceiling in a lying squat. So choosing which kind of squat you would like now. Modifying as squats usually need. And if you are feet on the floor, upright from the bottom of the spine, up through the top of the spine, a little tuck in the chin. Knees are pressing into elbows, elbows into knees, or maybe the elbows are on top of the knees. Truly your own posture here. Drawing in through pelvic floor, good support through the legs. A little look back over one shoulder and then the other shoulder. And then those who are in a feet down squat, bring your buttocks down and roll back and come into the lying down squat. So we're all in the lying down squat now. Fingers reaching up towards the ceiling. Elbows can be between the knees once again here. Pressing knees into elbows, elbows into knees. A little strengthener. And then come into happy baby. You're practically there already. Hands come to the ankles or to the bottom of the feet. Just relaxing down between the shoulder blades and the sacrum. And then perhaps rolling back and forth. This position just gets my acid reflux going, unfortunately. Then let the legs come out straight, arms come up overhead. Stretch up with the fingers, stretch down with the heels. Take one wrist with the other hand, pull that arm up and push down through the heel. Feel that space that is created through the belly, up through ribs, all the organs on that side of the body. And then take the other wrist in the opposite hand and stretch down through that leg, through the trunk, up through the shoulder. And letting that wrist go, we're going to sit up. Fingers come up to the ceiling, head and shoulders rise. Flex the feet, eyes go down towards the ankles. Elbows might come beside the body to push up, or use the muscles and use both muscles and the elbows and come up. Bring the hands back behind. Let the feet come wide. Hands are back behind with fingers towards the body. Lift up the hips and let them swing back and forth. Again, adapting as you need to. Swinging back and forth. Option here to arrange the feet and hands so that the hips come up in a more vertical position, strong through the glutes. Posterior chain of the body, really committed here to holding up the front of the body. For 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down. You can stay up, or if you would like to come back to a lying position, once again, arms overhead, and coming up in that sit-up, fingers up to the ceiling, then pointing down at the flexed toes. Elbows might help you, muscles help you come up. We're going to come into an incline. So hands come back behind the body, a little bit out from the hips on either side, fingers towards the body. Toes are pushing down, and you're on your heels, pushing through the hands as the hips rise up. So a long incline from the shoulders down through hips into the heels. Bring it down for a moment, rest, then pressing once again into the heels and into the hands, and maybe just a little rise. Just play with it, see where you are with it. It's all gradual, and bringing it down. Again, stay up or come down. Stretch out with arms overhead, fingers to the ceiling, head and shoulders up. Flex toes, eyes on toes as you come up, perhaps using your elbows. Bring bent knees and come to the toes. Hands are out to the side. No, let's bring hands, fingers behind the hips. So this time we're on 6 points, the toes, the 2 hips, and the 2 hands. Here the interdependence of the 2 sides is very obvious, but we're going to challenge that just a little bit as the right arm lifts up and the left leg lifts up, and then the opposite arm and leg on the other side. So right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, back and forth, perhaps feeling it through the quads, the front of the thighs, strong through the belly on this. Option to stay with this or bring the hands back behind the thighs, just above the knees. Stretching from hips up through shoulders, leaning back just a little bit, opening through the heart, shoulder blades, the tips of the shoulder blades coming down towards the waist. You might lift the legs. Just find your version of up boat here. Hands might come out from under, behind the thighs. Palms up. You might even go from side to side with the hands. And just finding your place, your version of up boat. And that is just enough. And then bringing toes down. Let's come down into a lying position. Take a breather. Coming back to that quiet cherry blossom breath. And let the feet come to the mat 4 or 5 inches below the buttocks. We're coming into bridge pose, squeezing the shoulder blades together, letting the elbows come in towards the waist, pushing into the feet as hips rise, fingers interlace underneath the hips as shoulder blades walk in a little bit more. Nice straight line, more or less, from the knees up to the shoulders. No big hinges in the back. Whole posterior chain of the body, the glutes, the hamstrings, the long muscles along the spines, all the little muscles between the vertebrae and the ribs, active here. Cradling the front of the body. Giving a little lullaby to all of the organs. And then let yourself come down. Give one knee a hug. Feel the breath within you. Feel the breath around you. Hugging the other leg in. Feeling the breath inside and outside. Then stretching out the legs. Arms come out to a T. Right leg stays extended. Left foot comes up by right thigh. Move the hips over to the left a bit. Left foot up on right thigh. Drawing that knee across. Finding a comfortable place here for shoulder, for hips. Hips more or less stacking on top of each other. Perhaps the spine and the neck also gets a bit of a spiral here. Finding the quiet in the belly as the hips and intestines, reproductive organs, all relax. Kidneys, liver, stomach, spleen, pancreas, the lungs and the heart quieting. Allowing the cheeks to have a rosy glow, relaxed, soft within the nostrils, within the mouth, and down the neck, in the front and the back. Even the hair follicles softening. Then rolling over through center and switching sides, left leg extended, hips come over to the right a bit, left foot comes up on the right, right foot comes up on the left thigh, drawing that across, finding a place for your arm that is comfortable in the back, aware of that spiral in the spine and relaxing into it all the way up the spine, from the bottom of the sacrum up through lumbar spine, up through the mid-trunk, up into the neck. Allowing the breath to massage you from within. Feeling the softness of the hips and belly extending down behind the thighs, behind the knees, into the calves, and the softness of the feet. Integrating all of this duality into one whole. And then rolling back, bringing left ankle up on right thigh, sliding hands up that right back thigh, lifting the right leg, relaxing down from knee into hip, into buttocks, glute, the glute on the side, top of the back of that right leg, behind the waist, behind the heart and the neck, all around the skull, and into the lobes of the brain. Piriformis muscle getting a nice stretch here. You might feel some release in that muscle if you're here for a little while. And then letting that go and switching to the opposite side, right ankle on left thigh, then lifting up that left leg. Again, consciously allowing the thigh from knee down to hip on the bent leg to relax, coming into the inner abdomen, up through the diaphragm, through ribs, relaxing through shoulders, arms, and just enough through hands to feel the yin within the yang of holding that leg. Relaxing through neck, that chakra of space, and up through the chakra of light, in the middle top of the crown, crown open to all the mysteries of the universe, and to the cherry blossoms floating down. Releasing down. Welcome to stay here and relax if you can, please do so. Or come up into a sitting position. Please enjoy the cherry blossoms this weekend and their quiet and their softness and the sudden April wind that will blow them away. Namaste. Thanks for coming, everybody. Hi, Joyce. Nice to see you. Kathy.
Beautiful. Thank you,
Have a
Nan.
good weekend. Bye-bye.